Hey guys, Lee Constantino, the Body Consult here, and I am with Kat, who is now on her journey to freedom after finishing the program. So we're going to dive in and speak to Kat about her journey and her time in the program. So Kat, what was life like before we met, before you joined the program?
Before I joined, well, I had a PT, or I had previously had a PT for 18 months. So I've been doing training and had meal plans and things. But it got a little bit, I'd lost the kind of drive really, I think, from what I've been doing. I've been doing the same thing for quite some time. And I just kind of fell out of love with what I was doing. I lost my way a bit really, before I came across Lee, Lee's program.
And what were
Yeah.
you doing with the trainer? Like, why did you feel, was it not working? And like, what happened there?
I think, I mean, I was given like set meal plans, but I didn't really understand anything behind it, like how it was all put together, the basis of it. Um, and sometimes like you'd look at it and sometimes you just think, oh, great, okay, I'm eating this for the next 2 weeks, am I? It wasn't, completely flexible. Uh, um, and I think when you've just been following something, the same thing for so long, month after month after month, you just kind of get a bit tired of it. Like, I think I needed a break from it, so I stepped away from it and wanted to try and figure things out myself, try and learn a bit about why I was eating what I was eating, and to then try and try and do it myself. But was still feeling a bit lost, really. Like it's quite a big world out there, really, on the internet. If you start looking at bits and trying to read things, I mean, on the one hand, it's great because you've got like so much knowledge at your fingers, but then you don't know. I could write something on the internet or do a video, and then and I don't know what I'm talking about. So you don't necessarily know if you're looking in the right place. So
Yeah. And the
um,
internet is such a confusing place to go for information because, like you said, you can get all this information, but everybody contradicts with each other, and that leaves you feeling confused and you don't know what to do, right? So, um, how did we meet? How did you come across me and join the program?
I met and came across you a few years ago back at Body Power, actually, and then kind of followed you online since. Um, but I don't know. One day, I think I'd watched one of your videos recently, and you started talking about. I think you did a plan, or I can't remember exactly what it was. It was like a week thing of watching a video a day or doing something live a day of
Yeah, the challenge.
tuning in and trying to make changes. I can't remember exactly what it was, but that was what it was, and I stuck to it. And I thought, okay, yeah, let's see what this is. Let's see what Lee can teach me. And that was how, really. But yeah, I'd met you a few years back.
Yeah. And so
Not
what,
that you'd remember.
yeah, that's a flashback. I mean, I remember Body Power, I would have seen a few thousand people over those days. My brain was fried up.
Exactly.
Right? So what made you jump on the program after doing the challenge? Like what made you feel like, oh, this, maybe this is it for me? What was the thing that got you into the program having done that 7-day challenge?
I think there were certain things that you said that kind of resonated. I think it was the right time for me to do it because, as I say, I'd had at that time I'd had about 6 weeks away from trainers and been trying to go at it alone. It just felt like a good time to do it. Because I hadn't given up on myself or what I was doing. It was just wasn't really sure what I was doing. So the timing felt right, really, and I liked the idea of working with you, and what you had to offer on the program once you talked about it. Um, and I know I can't slack with someone like you. So, in that respect, you're good to have. So,
Yeah, I
yeah,
appreciate
it felt appealing. I mean, the way you kind of go about your program is it's all about learning what you're doing, and it's all about flexible eating and making it work in your life, not just changing your life to meet you know, food requirements. You make it fit my life. So that appealed, really. That was the main appeal.
Yeah, that was my next question. So what were some of the things, you know, you kind of touched on it there, we made it work into your life. What were some of the other things that we did to help you, you know, reach those goals and also feel like you can be independent with it? So what else did we do?
Well, I mean, if anyone is watching this thinking about doing these plans, I'll just warn you, you get homework. So
if you don't like to work on yourself,
I'm bracing them for it. So I mean, what you do is you ask questions. So each week you pose questions to us to think about and to go out at the week ahead. And it's all about like the goal setting. So you've got your weekly goals, your long-term goals to work towards. So yeah, you can't just, it's like an exam, you know, you can't just breeze it on the day. You've got to study, you've got to put the work in. But yeah, so you achieve it by setting your goals and figuring out. It's about being proactive rather than reactive, like you say.
And you've been very dedicated to, you know, one of our coaching calls, which is Mindset Monday. You've listened to all of them. I'm pretty sure you have when you've been in the program.
Mm-hmm.
Dedicated. What would you say is different about that? Because, you know, there is work to be done, but what do you feel like that's allowed you to do, having spent some of that time thinking about these things?
I think the Mindset Mondays are great because, I mean, for me personally, I choose to like meal prep on a Monday night. So while I'm doing that, I get to tune into the mindset videos. It sets you up for the week ahead. And makes you think about it's a very positive start to the week, really, rather than kind of doing it part way through or at the end of the week ready. I think doing it on a Monday evening is really good, but a lot of what you say is it's applicable to everyone, but it's very interactive. It's not just like I don't know, you go on social media and you look up an influencer and you watch a video. I mean, yeah, they might comment back, you know, weeks or months later, or someone might comment back. But at least with the Mindset Monday videos, it's all interactive, and you can get in and you can talk to other people on the program as well while you're doing it. So, on the one hand, it feels like a one-on-one, but on the other, it feels like you're in a group full of people because everyone's chatting on it as well. So, I like the interaction. Rather, like I say, it's better than just looking up a video on social media and trying to just work off that. I mean, some are great, don't get me wrong, but I think it's very good each week to do that and get you in the right frame of mind and make you think about what you're doing and why you're doing it as well.
Absolutely. And that's kind of why I like to challenge you all to think about this stuff for yourself, because when we can think for ourselves, then we don't need to rely on other people or personal trainers, right? So once you do the hard work, it becomes easier. And I think you touched on something there about, you know, having the support of the community, because it can feel quite lonely at times, right? You're doing this thing, and nobody else gets you, but everyone gets each other in the group. And I think that's what's great about, you know, everyone being there together. So let's talk about some of the results. Like, what were some of the biggest transformations, some of the biggest things that you've seen change in your life and your physique?
I think, like, for me, like when I came on the program, one of the things I wanted from it more so than anything was confidence. I mean, yeah, everyone joins these things for weight loss or to, you know, to change physically, but a lot of it was to change the way I think and approach things was the most important thing for me. So, I mean, for example, whereas previously, if I would go shopping for clothes, I would try things on, and when you look in the mirror, it was quite a negative thing where I would focus on like, oh God, I look awful in that. It was never about the clothes. Whereas like last week when I went shopping, when I put stuff on, that I didn't even think anything about me. It was, oh, I love this outfit, or I really like this, or I don't like the way that looks. It wasn't about me. It was about clothes. So it's just shifting little things, and instead of focusing on your negatives, I now focus on the positives. So you don't look in the mirror and go, oh God, that doesn't look good. It's like, wow, my ass looks great today. You know? So for me, the in terms of results, like I'm more positive about things. I'm more motivated towards things. In terms of size and shape, like I think I've changed. Like I've definitely toned up. I feel like I've improved physically. Lost a few inches, which is always great, you know. You set those little goals about, you know, that dress you want to wear, or you know, whatever it is. So I've met them each time I've wanted to try and do that. But yeah, I think the biggest result for me is understanding what I'm doing. So I understand now when I'm working out what I'm eating. Not feeling guilty about when you do eat out, or it's out of your control. Understanding how to get back on track. And yeah, just basically being happier about things. So you can't complain at that, can you?
That's right. Thanks, Kat. And so, yeah, for anyone who's watching this video, can you share just a few words? You know, maybe they've been following me like you've been for a couple of years, or maybe they've just seen this video now. Can you share a few words for them to encourage them to reach out and, you know, get in touch if they are struggling?
Sorry, there was a lag. What did you say? I'm really sorry.
I said, for anyone who's watching this video, who's maybe been following me for a while, or this is the first time they're seeing me in this video talking to you, can you share a few words to encourage them to reach out to get the help that they might need?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, with you, I'd say anyone who's thinking about it, or thought, or thinks, oh, it won't be, you know, he won't have the time for me, or you just think, oh, should I bother? Do, you know? I think even if it's just something really small that you want to tweak in your life or your diet and you're not sure about it, then I would definitely suggest to anyone watching this to get in touch with Lee. Follow, you know, if you don't already follow him, do so, and go and look at some historical videos online, because I mean, like, personally working with you has been great, and Gary, I think you're very approachable and you listen. You've listened to me waffle for countless weeks, so you know. And you respond. It's not a case of just putting it to one side. You're very responsive, and you think about your clients when they're on board with you. So if anyone is thinking about it, please don't think that Lee has hundreds of clients that he's dealing with at one time. He does focus his attention on you, and you will definitely get results, because he won't let you slack. Whether you want to or not, you won't be able to. So it will change your life for the better if you do. So definitely, if you're considering it or on the fence, do. Just send a message and see what happens.
Thank you, Kat. And that's
you
what
won't regret.
And that's where we are right now, right? You're here, and I'm so happy and proud of seeing you through this journey, and you know, hearing you say those things about focusing on the positives, feeling confident within yourself, you know, knowing what to do now for yourself so you can sustain this as a lifestyle. And that's exactly what I wanted to hear, you know, from everybody who comes to this program. So thanks for sharing that experience and inspiring everyone. If you're watching this video, click a link or send me a message if you want to chat. But once again, Kat, big well done, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Lee.